If I had to ask you one thing to change my life in terms of my life management skills, what would you tell me?
What is the most wildest or creative marketing strategy that you've used and how has it worked out for you?
What's the wildest customer request or feedback that you have ever received? Today we have Seif El Hakim with us, guys. 1 second, let me stop you right there. So let me tell you what I know about you, and let's build that
Oh,
up a
Yeah.
little bit.
we start from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, from what I know about you, you're a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You're almost a global citizen. You also were at some really high post in Samsung, like globally.
Yeah.
And I know that you're a mindset and a success coach as well.
Yeah.
And one thing I'd like to know is what's your vibe?
Oh my God. Unbreakable, unstoppable,
And also the
high
leader of the
energy.
alpha movement,
Yeah.
Yeah.
most importantly.
Exactly. That's the thing that I love, passionate about. So, in a very quick nutshell, I wore many hats. One of them is the corporate hat. I used to be the CMO of Samsung in CIS region for over 10 years. Then I wore my entrepreneurial hat, portfolio of businesses, 8 figures portfolio of businesses across different sectors, from training to coaching to mentoring to real estate to consumer electronics to trading to it's a multiple industries. And the third one is the sports hat, which I used to be ex-national team of Kung Fu,
Wow.
plus top 10 Mr. Olympia. And now I would
So
say
I want to know one thing. How did you like change to like when you were in the CIS, you were in the big position. How did you go like, okay, now I want to do something of my own? Like, how does that come up?
super tough and super interesting questions. Why? Because I was a foreigner.
Yeah.
We now live in Dubai, which
Yeah.
is like an expat friendly country, correct? When you live in different places, you know that your ladder finishes and that's it. So since I joined Samsung, first I was with Samsung in South Korea, then I moved from South Korea to Russia, and I knew that my ladder will end. There is a position that it's finishing. So once I reached the CMO position, afterwards you need to be like a president of the company, which is only to Russians or Koreans. So I knew I had to move. Either I had a lateral move, go to Apple, go to Xiaomi, go to whatever, or start
Your own.
my own thing. This being said, I've been always testing because I knew where my end is. So the thing is, you always need to plan, to think and plan. So I knew my end will come.
Yeah.
So I've been testing my hands in being an entrepreneur. Testing your hands and diving into it is a totally different thing.
So it was like after work, like part time, you would be like trying to do something.
100%. I
on
tried
the side-
everything.
On the side hustle, basically.
I tried everything. I had a line of sports supplements. I used to trade like even vegetables and stuff. I had real estate as well. So I tried many things when I was in corporate, but nothing has a conflict of interest. So not in consumer electronics realm. Then I jumped into my family business, where I thought, like being an ex-CMO of Samsung, where my ego, my confidence, I thought that whatever I touch, I'll turn to gold. And absolutely not. The first, I would say, 6 to 12 months, hell. It's an absolutely different ball game, simply because when you're in corporate, you have some variables that you play with, correct? In entrepreneurship, the variables are much more. And at the end of the day, you need to get your hands dirty. In corporate, when you reach a particular level, you leverage a lot. You have a lot of leverage that you can do. It's like, I need to make a website.
Yeah.
Can you make a website? Yes. I have a contract I need to review, legally review. Legal team, review. Being an entrepreneur, unless you reach a particular level, no. You need to know all and everything in
learn
that
everything in the start.
realm. So I had a moment that I really lost my confidence in myself. My self-doubt was super high. Like, what the hell? What's happening to me? I thought that I already successful and whatever I touch, it will be successful. No. So I had to unlearn everything and learn what needs to be done to be a proper entrepreneur, which is, the form is street smart.
Yeah.
So that's in a story short format. Very tough.
Yeah.
And especially when you're exiting corporate at a super high level. When you're exiting corporate at super high level, your ego, I would say, and self-confidence is super high, that whenever the life punches you, like, I'm not used to that punches. You understand?
Yeah,
like, I'm
true,
not used
yeah.
to that punches.
Yeah.
So another set of skills.
How many times have you unlearned and learned again?
A lot, even till today.
I feel like that's the core of an entrepreneur,
Absolutely.
right? Like,
That's the core of any, I would say, even successful person who wants to be successful.
You got to
Even
keep
in
learning,
corporate,
right? You got to keep learning in life.
100%. You know, like when I used to work in Samsung, I saw people when I entered the company and when I exit the company sitting in the same chair.
I'm not from corporate and
Literally.
I don't understand how that happens.
They don't want to grow. They're super comfortable in where they are. Their income, they're comfortable with. They don't want to make moves. They don't want to get promoted. You know, when I entered Samsung in Russia, particularly, I got my boss in front of me and I said, look, I want to be promoted every year. Whatever it takes, I want to be promoted every year. In Samsung, you need to be promoted only every 3 years. That's by policy. You cannot be promoted every 1 year. So I said, like, no, I want to break this and I want to be promoted every year. What should I do?
Nice.
And from that, I got promoted every year. I was the youngest CMO in all over Samsung globally. You need to push yourself by learning something new, and not only learning and executing it, because we are in an era that you learn a lot, you listen a lot, you see a lot, but unfortunately, when the time comes to execute and act, you don't. You go from book to book, course to course, seminar to seminar.
Yeah.
Do you
But
think
no
people
use.
are too much of perfectionists that what they learn, they just want to make it like perfect and not even try to execute it unless it's right there, perfectly there?
Or
I don't-
people just look at the end goal
Yeah,
and
exactly.
don't want to do the hard work. They just
They-
want to like see like.
I would
what
say it
they-
even in a different way. They're not even looking at being perfect or perfectionist. They're afraid to make the move, to make anything. And again, this is an interesting thing because a lot of people say we're afraid of failure. People are not afraid of failure. We're not afraid of failure. We're afraid of the embarrassment that happens to us from the failure. So they're like thinking what you will think, or your friends, your family. So they don't want to be perfect. They're just afraid from the embarrassment that will happen if they took this action. Like I'm a sales manager and I'm going to go to a course teaching sales skills. In some cultures, like what? You're already a sales manager. What the
Yeah.
hell are you going through? These are the embarrassments and things. But if you can take this and accept this on yourself as a noise and pass it through, man, we always learn. I always say I have 2 hours per day to learn something. Doesn't matter what it is. I need to learn something new every day.
I feel like I've learned most from my failures. Like,
Yeah.
Of course, you learn nothing
like,
from success.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's success brings you a freaking bad ego.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Failure builds your character.
Humbles
Builds
you.
your humbles you,
Yeah.
builds your character, your resilience. So, and on top of that, when you fail and succeed, freaking confidence builds up.
Yeah.
It's just double
Above.
than the first time if you would have succeeded, without
Yeah.
failing.
100%. 100%. And again, if you saw all these top-notch people like Elon Musk, failed, tremendously bankrupt, failed, sold, and okay, I want the failure. If I would, like, yeah, give me this failure, please, right? But again, we're not wanting the failure. We're afraid of the embarrassment.
Fair. So, you're speaking at the Gladiator Summit too, right?
Yeah.
I want to go there. What am I supposed to be expecting from you there? You're the one. You're speaking there with a multitude of people,
Yeah.
like who are the top of their industries, super people, including yourself. What am I supposed to be expecting over there?
I would say life-changing transformation, because really the lineup speakers are amazing, from Bradley to Vishen to like a lot of great speakers. But the point is not going only by just listening or watching. Take notes, and every after seminar or event that you guys participate in, there is 5 key action items that you will implement right away. These people are saying the real strategies that help them to progress in their life. Just pick 5. Don't pick 20. Just pick 5 and say, from tomorrow, I'm going to implement these. That's for a seminar, that's for a book. The great about Gladiator Summit, it's an edutainment format. So you have the music, you have the vibes, you have all the good things, and at the same time, you get the knowledge. But knowledge without an action on it, it's useless.
That's true. That's super.
You know, when I read a book, I summarize the book on Post-its.
Nice.
So these are the actions that I'm gonna take. 1, 2, 3, 4 after reading. That's with a seminar, that's with a book, that's with an online training, that's with an offline course. Put yourself into the action.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We're gonna deep dive into the questions.
Oh,
Ooh.
let's do
Right
that.
to the point. All right. Okay. What's the one advice that you've received on business that you felt was Like a proper hack.
I'm a guy that comes from marketing background, correct?
Yeah.
The most important advice I got in business, which is hack, is manage your cash flow. Absolutely manage your cash flow. The most important thing. The second most important thing, never test things in your head. Test it in the market. So these are the two, because as an entrepreneur, the most important thing that can make you or break you is your cash flow. If you don't manage your cash flow, you're screwed. You won't have vibes.
No vibes if there's no cash.
Exactly.
I really like that what you said, like test things in the market and
Yeah.
not in your head, because I think a lot of people test in their head.
That's the problem.
You know, like it's
You sit on the couch and keep getting the idea right, left, and center, but the idea is not tested here.
Yeah.
It's tested in the market. The people give you the feedback.
That's true.
If I had to ask you one thing to change my life in terms of my life management skills, what would you tell me?
That's the most important thing, actually.
Yeah.
Number one is the discipline overall. The discipline means you need to plan your schedule in a word of planning. Like you have to plan the week a week ahead, the day a day ahead. That being said, that you have time blocks in your calendar, my time blocks. Like I'm sharing my time block, and then whoever feels it fits, because I get a lot of responses and feedback that when people followed my time blocks, it worked very well for them. As soon as I wake up, I have an hour and a half personal development. I don't care. And before I sleep, I also have an hour of personal development. Before I sleep, it is reading. In the morning, it can be courses, it can be reading, it can be whatever. But before sleeping is reading. And then I have 30 minutes of workout. And then I have to focus on the most important thing that will move me towards my goal. So as soon as I block these in my calendar, whatever comes next, I don't care. Either it's a meeting, it's a gathering, it's a networking, but from like 7, 8 till 12, don't touch me. Literally don't touch me. And if you can manage this, you will see how much your productivity increase, because you're touching about your mental, you're touching about your health, and you're touching about actually the work that will make you closer to your, like eat the frog, Brian Tracy. Okay? Once you eat the frog, your momentum is so high that whatever will come after you will crash it. So the time blocking and book ending the day, it's one of the great things that you do for your productivity and time management.
Yeah, I'm stealing that one.
Reading books, yeah. 100%.
It's absolutely, but it's called the book ending. It's like the beginning of the book and the end of the book. Your day starts, because we're living in a world full of distractions. The moment that you wake up and the moment before you sleep, it's in your control. Before that, when you go out in the streets and you go to your office, you're always having a call, putting off fire from somebody, problems. Your book ends as a very important.
That's true. Yeah, so I want to know, right? Since you're into marketing.
I want to the questions.
No, I want to know, because you're in marketing, you said. So I want to know what is the most wildest or creative marketing strategy that you've used, and how has it worked out for you?
Okay. We live in an era that even before, like let's go 10 years back, attention is the currency.
Yeah.
Okay?
True.
To attract the attention. So a couple of, I would say, in whatever campaign I used to do, my main objective is to, like, there is Samsung and there are hundreds next to them doing the same stuff. So the most important thing is to attract your attention to see what I'm doing. So for example, for Samsung, when we had a phone that we wanted to promote as a camera phone, okay? So forget about the megapixels, forget about the blah, blah, blah. So we hired a guy who's almost 95% to 98% blind. And we let him rotate around Russia and take nature photos with the phone. Imagine the traction. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So the next thing is billboards. We see billboards here everywhere, correct? We built the biggest billboard in Europe in a shape of a phone. So it looks as a phone exactly.
Like
Straight up, top to bottom phone. You know, had this curved screen. Edge.
Yeah.
It's called
S9,
exactly
edge.
edge. So we built it exactly as the phone.
Wow.
So imagine the attention, the awareness that happens. Okay, we could easily put a billboard, a standard billboard, a digital billboard, and it will not make a difference. But this now makes a difference. Try to put something that attracts the attention.
Something that catches the eye, or like
Attracts attention, and it's relevant. You know, like you can shake whatever you want to shake and attract the attention, but it depends on what kind of links you want to make with your audience.
what's one piece of unconventional wisdom you have that you follow that to someone else is like, this man is crazy?
Non-stop working. I'm a non-stop working.
Hard worker.
Non-stop.
Really? So what's the, when do you, like, apart from those block spots, you're just out there for everyone? Is it like, that's how it is?
Look, there are types of people. I'm a type of a guy that my work fulfills me. So I'm a non-stop worker. For other people, can say like, crazy, why are you doing this? What are you? It's me. I can say, why are you sitting on the couch and not pursuing your dreams? No, I'm pursuing my dreams from 9 to 5. Good for you. Good for me, the other one. No, literally, it's like you see like a lot of people, what the hell you're doing this to yourself? What the hell I'm doing this to myself? Why the hell you're doing this to yourself?
Yeah.
So everybody has an objective in their life. Like whenever you ask me a question, what's the objective of the question?
Yes.
Like if we're normal, like in a working environment, what's the objective? What do you want to reach from? So what's your objective? You want the 9 to 5? I'm happy for you if you're happy. I'm not that type. Even when I used to work in corporate, I was never a 9 to 5. So when people say you're a 9 to 5, I was never 9 to 5.
So you always had that entrepreneurial, like...
100%. My
That
hand
is
is on
you.
the pulse. I see what things are going. I need to overwork, over-deliver. That's my fulfillment.
Interesting.
If you could have a brainstorming session
Mm-hmm.
with 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be and what would you discuss with them?
Oh,
I'm so glad we got you to think.
so 3 people.
Yeah.
Dead or alive? Okay, Richard Branson, number 1. Second, Muhammad Ali.
Nice.
Third, I'll go a little bit to sports. Bruce Lee.
Bruce.
Nice.
Yeah. Branson, he's my role model. And I would like to get from him his blueprint. Though I read all his books, monitoring him inside out. But his blueprint of managing over 400 companies by himself, that's power.
Yeah.
And building it through proper companies, not like, let's not say like recently these days that you can have an online company that sell. No. I'm talking about real shit.
True.
Planes, space, offline retail.
Yeah.
You understand? Like
Name it, he's got it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one guy. Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee, these are because from my sports side. Like I'm a sports person by nature, and actually in this type of like fighting sports, their discipline, their consistency, their fighting adversity. Muhammad Ali, a black American Muslim in US.
That's everything is
Man.
not in your favor almost.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
At that period of time, a Chinese living in the US and giving away the Kung Fu secrets.
Yeah.
How did you survive all these? So these are 3 top of mind now.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
That's cool. If I had to give you the option of what's more important by just like individuality, money or power, what would you choose?
Oh shit.
Yes. If you could not relate them to each other but just see them as individual things, what would you choose, money or power?
Okay, power.
Power. Why?
Because with power you can get the money.
That's why I said I don't want you to relate them.
With
It
power,
comes-
okay,
it comes-
okay. With power, you can influence anything about around you. Okay. With money, yes, but not to that extent. With power, it's like kind of command and conquer.
Yeah.
You can influence anything, and it depends on you. You will influence positively or negatively. So the repercussions of power and influence will make you reach whatever you want.
What's the wildest customer request or feedback that you have ever received?
Oh shit! A lot of jokes.
Yeah.
A lot of jokes.
Any of the funniest ones you got in mind?
Back in the years, I used to say, like when you tell me something and I don't like it, I say, nah, nah. And it became super viral and everybody's, nah, you're the nah guy, nah. So this is one thing. The second, which is then super negative, like, man, why you're doing all this? You're born with a gold spoon. You were being fed by gold spoon. Yeah, of course. From where the hell did you know? But fine. You know this, when you're online and when you're exposed, you expect to get these comments.
Yeah, true.
But at the end of the day, it makes me. We created T-shirts. We leveraged this with the nah on it. So we rebranded it like nah.
Yeah. You made it work for you, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. Why not?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one last question.
Sure.
And it's based off, what does alpha actually mean when it comes to like you sitting in a public setting? Like, how do you define an alpha in a public setting? Like when you walk around a room, right? Can you look at someone and go like, yes, that's an alpha? Or is it alpha in everyone?
Okay, let's agree on one statement first. I can be an alpha in this room, but not an alpha in another room. Okay, because like hypothetically, if I'm sitting with Trump, Trump is the alpha of the room, for example. But again, when we say an alpha, we don't refer to it as the old style alpha, like the dominance, the egocentric, and all this. No, the alpha is a person who's really determined to get what they want. An alpha is a confident person, so I can read your confidence, I can read your body language, I can see also your humbleness, but humbleness doesn't mean a person is an idiot, no. So I define an alpha as a person that his stop button is broken. It's either a male or a female, their stop buttons are broken, we don't stop. Then there are like the people who really take fierce decisions. We lack people who can make decisions. We love now these days to prolong things in our head. No, an alpha is the person who takes tough decisions, fiercely determined, impactful, influential. So when I see and enter in a room, I look by the body language. I see how people are impacting. Yeah, you're an alpha. Taking care of the loved ones, the beloved ones, influential. These are all the modern traits of an alpha, not the but. If I'm having all these traits and I'm unstoppable towards my goals and objectives that will help the people around me, support my beloved ones, and you tell me, say, if you have a controlling behavior, if you see it this way, okay. If you say like you're a dominant, yes, I'm a dominant but I have these traits. If you look at it and you say you are a dominant because of these, you're reading it wrong. Yeah.
That's such a nice way to put it across, like, because when you just say the word alpha, the first thing in the head is, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like what I mean, it's the first impression of the word that everyone has from way back.
Exactly,
That's the
exactly.
thing. Just wanted to clear that out for everyone because.
And it's a male and a female thing again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can be an alpha female, but once you're at home, you can be an alpha on your husband. Like, you understand? Like, it's like wear another hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But female alphas are a lot around us. We can see them.
I want to catch up more on these female alphas,
Yeah.
but on the next time that we have
Done.
you on.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. It's been amazing.
Thank you. That's
Thank you.
Seif El Hakim, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and I need more.
I
will.
need more time. I want to talk. Actually, I wanted to talk more, but since our time is over,
Ronak is super sad.
I was
guys.
just getting ready. I was just getting ready to
Ronak
ask.
was just opening up.
Actually, I love the questions.
Yeah.
Actually, a different style of questions that you usually get. So we 100% have to do it again.
We have to do
100%.
more. We have to have some more
We'll
candid
look-
conversations, but that's all we have time for today, guys. That's Seif. Thank you so much again.
I appreciate it, brother. It's been amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
And
much.
Loved it.
That's Ronak. This is Raghav, and this is What's the Vibe. Bye.